you something about the real estate exam that most students get wrong. It's not the law, it's not the vocabulary, it's the math. But here's the truth. Real estate exam math is actually one of the easiest sections to master if you understand the patterns. And today I'm going to break down the real estate exam math in the simplest way possible for you. We're going step by step, do shortcuts, and go over the exact formulas you need to pass the exam on the first try. If you're serious about passing the real estate exam in 2026, subscribe now. This channel is your full study plan. So here's the biggest myth. You don't need to be good at math to pass the real estate exam. You only need to master about 6 to 8 formulas and know when to use them. The exam is not testing advanced math, it's testing whether you can function in real estate transactions. The key mindset points are: most math is either multiplication or division. Memorize the formulas and apply to each scenario. Use a simple calculator and write the formulas down immediately when the exam starts. Today I'll show you exactly what to memorize. Let's start with commissions. Commission is the sale price times a commission rate. A home sells, for example, for $800,000 and the commission is 3%. 800,000 times 3%, that equals to $25,000 in total commission. Practice question 1. A property sells for $650,000 with a 2.5% commission. What is the total commission payout? Go ahead and pause the video and solve it now. Answer: $650,000 by 2.5% is $16,250. Next practice question. The total commission is $36,000. The broker split is 80-20. How much does the listing brokerage receive? That means that the real estate agent would receive a commission. In this particular case would be $28,800. Exam tip: if they give you a percent, then convert it to decimal. For example, 6% equals to 0.06. 2.5% equals to 0.025. Great. Let's start with property tax calculations. The formula: the tax rate times the assessed value, or tax rate per $1,000. Let's look at an example. The tax rate equals to $10 per thousand. The value of the property, $500,000. That is $500,000 divided by 1,000 equals 500. 500 times 10, that's an annual tax of $5,000. Next practice question. A property is valued at $750,000. The tax rate is $12 per thousand. What are the annual taxes? $750,000 divided by 1,000, that's 750. 750 by 12, that is $9,000. That's an important one. The seller owes taxes from January to June. That is the second installment for the tax year. The annual tax is $6,000. 6,000 divided by 12, that's $500 a month. $500 by 6 months, that is $3,000, which is the seller's portion. Since the seller owes money, that's a debit to the seller. Let's talk about the price per square foot. The formula: price divided by square feet. Example: the sales price is $600,000 and the property offers a 1,500 square foot space. 600,000 divided by 1,500, that is $400 per square foot. Practice question: a home sells for $720,000 with a lot size of 1,800 square feet. What's the price per square foot? $720,000 divided by 1,800, that's $400 per square feet. Let's talk about a reverse question. That's an exam favorite. $350 per square foot and a 2,000 square foot area home. What is the value? Well, 350 times 2,000, that's $700,000. The next one is a good one. Let's talk about LTV, the loan to value ratio calculation. The formula here: the loan divided by its value. the loan request of $450,000, and the property value is $500,000. That is 450,000 divided by 500,000. That's a 0.9 equals into 90% LTV, loan to value ratio. Practice question. A home price is $800,000 for a loan of $640,000. What is the LTV? 640,000 divided by 800,000 is exactly 80%. Let's talk about the down payment formula. That's price minus loan equals down payment. Too easy. Okay, so the next formula is the simple interest calculation. Interest is the principal times the rate times the time. An example, $200,000 loan at a 5% rate for 1 year. That is 200,000 by 5% times 1. That equals a $10,000 interest. Next practice question, $300,000 loan at a 6% rate for 1 year. $300,000 times 6% times 1, that's $18,000 interest. So let's simulate the exam. Next question, a home sells for $900,000 and the commission is 3%. The agent split is 80%. How much does the agent earn? Well, step 1, 900,000 by 3%, that's 27,000. Next step, calculating the agent commission, that's $27,000 by 80%. That equals to $21,600 for the agent. The next step is the commission towards the brokerage, which would be a $5,400 with the 20%. The property taxes are unpaid for the tax year beginning in June, and the property closes after 3 months. That means that the seller owes still 3 months of property taxes, which will be a debit to the seller. So how much does the seller owe? 4,800 divided by 12, that's $400 a month. 400 times 3, that equals to $1,200. As a test day strategy, when you sit down at the exam, do this immediately. Write on a scratch paper the commission equals price times rate, the tax per thousand, the LTV, loan to value loan and value formula, the interest formula, and the price per square foot. So now you don't need to memorize this during the test because it's already written. And my math strategy advice, read question twice, identify formula, plug the numbers in, and don't overthink. If you mastered what we covered today, I promise you this. The real exam math will become more easier, and one of the easiest sections maybe for you. In our upcoming video series, we will cover all the exam material and math calculations more in depth. So remember, most students fail because they panic. However, you won't, because now you have the formulas and the strategy and you put in the practice time. So if your goal is to pass the real estate exam on the first try, this channel will be your full study plan, and I'll see you in class.